Welcome back, everybody, to more Oath of the Gatewatch openings. We're here today for our first booster box opening, as you can probably tell from the title down below. Just like we did with the Fat Pack openings, if you didn't see those, go ahead and check them out. I just want to thank the store where we picked up this product, Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York. I mentioned it in the last video, but they have a really nice sized store. They have a massive amount of stock. Their website will be in the description. If you're in the area, you should definitely stop by. But even if you're not, you should definitely check out their website. They definitely have some of the best prices in their area. So let's get right into it. I actually want to first show off we got two, but here is the promo foil, or the Buy a Box promo, I should say, Goblin Dark Dwellers. It's alternate art. It is foil. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the 5 colors of mana are depicted there in the foiling pattern behind the text box. So hopefully you get, like I said, hopefully you guys can see that. It is promo foil rares. We did get 2. I'll show it again at the beginning of the next opening as well, because we got 1 for each box that we picked up, but we will leave those on the side, and we're going to get right into this box opening. If you've never seen a box opening from us before, because we've done the pre-release kit openings and we've done the Fat Pack openings, and because there are a lot more cards in the booster box openings, I'm going to not talk about the commons. I'm going to quickly go through them just so that you guys can see them, but otherwise I'm not going to mention them by name at all, just so that we can quickly get through the video here and make sure that it's quick but still effective. So we have, as our first uncommon, very appropriately, because I love them, we have the leader of the Jay Leno tribe of goblins, the Reckless Bushwhacker, as our first uncommon. Birthing Hulk is the second. Baloth Null is the third. Our first rare or mythic out of our first booster box is Tyrant of Valakut. We have one of these already. Here's another. Behind it is the Full Art Mountain. Dave, what did you call this?
Mount Crumpet.
There you go. And the Zombie Token. So I'm going to actually leave that on the side. The other thing I'm going to do with this box, I like to do more fun stuff with boxes. I'm also going to just leave the wastes on the side here. We'll take a look at the end and see whether Ulamog has more wastes in the box or whether Kozilek does. I don't like the wastes. I've talked about that, but we'll at least do something worthwhile with them. So we'll go through these commons here out of the second pack. Like I said, moving through them pretty quickly. You guys have hopefully seen us talk about them already. Once again, leader of the Jay Leno tribe, Reckless Bushwhacker is our first uncommon. Nissa's Judgment is the second. Bonds of Mortality is the third. I talked about this pretty extensively in our Fat Pack openings. You should definitely check that video out, as I've already mentioned. And our rare or mythic is the Eldrazi Mimic. We have not seen this card yet. It is a Kozilek Brood. It's pretty gross looking. It actually looks like an anteater almost. But that's our rare. We have a Full Art Swamp and a Zombie Token. Dave is on the camera with us once again, as you just heard. Amy is setting up the cards for us as usual. And in the house with us, we have Austin, Tiara, Schnaz, and Ashley. If you want to hear more of their voices, please go ahead and check out our RPG videos. They're on our channel, but I will also have it annotated at the end of this video. There's another waste for us. Here's the Chitinous Cloak. Thank you, Austin, for letting me know how to pronounce that properly. Pyromancer's Assault is our second uncommon, and Malakir Soothsayer is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Kozilek's Return. So another mythic, or our first mythic out of the box, but we have this one already. Doesn't matter. Still a mythic. Pretty happy about it. So there's Kozilek's Return, a great card. We have a Full Art Swamp and an Eldrazi Scion token. Pretty gross Eldrazi Scion. I've talked about that already. We'll leave those on the side. Like I said, we're keeping track of the wastes. We have of the Oaths, which are a rare cycle in this set, and are the arts on the packs themselves of the Oaths of the 4 Planeswalkers. We have so far 3 Oaths of Chandra and 1 Oath of Jace. Let's see what other Oaths we can get here, if we can get all 4. Tranquil Expanse is our first uncommon. Allied Reinforcements is the second. Thought Harvester is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is another mythic. 2 mythics in a row. That's awesome. Kalitas, Trader of Get, or Kalitas, Trader of Get. This is another duplicate mythic for us. Still a mythic. Pretty early on in the box. Pretty happy about that. I think we have a foil. I was wrong. It is a full art island, the Bowl Island, my favorite island art of all time. And we have a Knight Ally token. Once again, if you watch the RPG videos, you'll know why Jareth appreciates the Knight Ally token.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We'll leave that on the side. Open up an Oath of Nissa pack, or a Nissa pack. See what we get in here. As I always do, we'll go through the commons pretty quickly. Another Wastes. Spatial Contortion is our first uncommon. Immobilizer Eldrazi is the second. Iona's Blessing is the third. And our rare is Sea Gate Wreckage. I love this art. I love the distortion from Kozilek. I've talked about this already, of the destroyed tower. But there it is, Sea Gate Wreckage. We have a full art Plains and an Eldrazi Scion token. As far as I can tell, no foils yet in this box. We got a lot of foils in our Fat Pack openings. Looking for some in here. Looking for the typical 1 foil, rare, or mythic per box. If we get more than one, I obviously won't complain, but that's just typical. Here's another Waste. Leave that on the side. So we'll see how many we get from here. We have a Submerged Boneyard as our first uncommon. Void Shatter as our second. Thought Harvester for the third. And Remorseless Punishment is our rare. Again, talked about the art on this in the Fat Pack opening, but I do really enjoy the art. Amy actually was just commenting earlier on how much she enjoys the art on Remorseless Punishment. Behind it, we have a full art Forest and an Elemental token. So I'll pass the Remorseless Punishment to Amy, and we'll move on to the next pack. Oath of Nissa once again on the front of this one. Let's see what we get in here. Stag Patronus is there. Oil Slick is there. Another Wastes. Okay, Roiling Waters is our first uncommon. Nissa's Judgment is our second. Flayer Drone is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Munda's Vanguard. I think we've seen one of these. It's just a rare. Munda's Vanguard, a full art Plains, and an Elemental token. So again, still no foils out of the entire box so far. Let's see if we can turn that around. The other thing I was mentioning earlier is that out of the Fat Pack openings, and so far out of this box, we have not seen a single ad card. I don't know actually if there are any in the set. I can't say if I've seen any. Null Caller is our first uncommon. Cinder Barrens is the second. I actually really like that art as well. These are good lands, obviously, especially for limited, but I really like the art on this one. Reckless Hunter is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Drana's Chosen. I don't know that we've seen a Drana's Chosen yet on the channel. I've seen one at one of the pre-releases I went to. I like the art a lot. It almost looks like she is kind of hatching out of the ground here. I know that's not what's happening, but it's pretty cool that it looks like that. And she does look a lot like Drana. Obviously, she's once again not. And she's clearly not as good as Drana either. But there you go. Drana's Chosen is our rare. Yes, I know Amy loves Drana. We have a foil full art island. Full art lands are amazing. Full art islands are worth the most out of all of them. But foil full art lands are amazing. Here's a foil full art island. We've actually gotten a lot of this island art recently that I've noticed. So I just wanted you guys, make sure you guys can see the foiling pattern on there. And then I'll pass that over to Amy. We can look at that later. Then we have a full art Forest behind it and an Eldrazi Scion token behind that. So far, 3 Kozilek's Wastes, 2 Ulamog's Wastes. We got plenty more to go, so let's see who wins out of those. Figure I'll give myself a reason to like Wastes. So far, I'm not a fan. Hey look, another Waste, as I talk right about it. Our first uncommon is Spatial Contortion. Immolating Glare. I don't know that I've actually seen this uncommon yet. It looks awesome. It's super colorful and bright, and it's really good for limited. It's an instant to destroy target attacking creatures, so there you go. And Weapons Trainer is our third uncommon. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Eldrazi Displacer. We've seen this one before, just a rare, so there you go. Full Art Island, the Sinkhole Island, and a Zombie token. So there you go. As I usually mention in our videos, you guys should definitely check out the description once again for Champions website link, but also for the link to our Facebook and Twitter pages. You'll see updates on when our videos come out. You should also subscribe and you'll get that. But sometimes we just, especially on Twitter, we'll just put up funny quips and tidbits. Hey look, Bonesaw is ready. And so you should definitely check that out. Here's another Immolating Glare. Gift of Tusks and Devouring Flames are our 3 uncommons. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is an Oath of Nissa. So it's our first Oath of Nissa. Now we have 3 of 4. We're only missing the Oath of Gideon. I see Amy nodding and smiling because I know, again, Amy's favorite Planeswalker is Nissa. She is the promo art on this whole set. So there you go, Oath of Nissa. We have a full art swamp and a zombie token. So I'll pass the Oath over to Amy, and we will open an Oath of Jace pack. So as I said, Oath of Gideon is the only one we're still looking for. Let's see if we can get it, how many we get. It's just a rare, so I expect that we will definitely get it, either in this box or in the next one. I doubt that we would just not get it. We're really more looking towards getting all of the mythics, so we'll see. We have a Grip of the Royal as our first uncommon. Baloth Pup is the second. I think this art is hysterical. It's very cartoony, which is not typical for more modern Magic cards. A lot like the Beebles back in the day, if you guys played Magic, the Beebles were very cartoony. This is really the first modern Magic card, or more recent Magic card, that I've seen that's cartoony, and it looks adorable, but it's also almost funny with how it looks. So I really like the art on the Baloth Pup. We have a Warping Whale, and our rare or mythic out of this pack is Call the Gatewatch. I've mentioned this in our pre-release kit opening because we did see this, but I love it. I love the 4 Planeswalkers at the bottom, the 2 Eldrazi at the top, just how big they are, no matter how far away they are, and just the backs of all 4 of the main Planeswalkers who are battling them. It's just a pretty epic looking card. So we have a full art island behind it, and oh look, an ad card. So there is at least 1 ad card that you can get out of the set. This is the first one we've gotten between the 2 Fat Pack openings and this box opening. So I just throw that to the side because it is trash. But here's an Oath of Jace pack as our next pack. I think we're about halfway through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, not even. All right. Ancient Crab, Sad Crab, to start us off. Go through the commons pretty quickly. Get to the uncommons and the rare or mythic. We've got Make a Stand as our first uncommon. Step Glider as the second. Storm Chaser Mage as the third. Love Storm Chaser Mage, so there you go. Here's another. And Inverter of Truth is our mythic. Third mythic out of the box. Unfortunately, at least for us, because we're trying to complete the set, it is our 3rd duplicate mythic out of the box. But it's still a mythic. It's still the 3rd mythic out of the box in the first half of the box, so that's pretty awesome. Behind it, we have a full art island and an elemental token. We actually have now at least 3 Inverter of Truths. Here's an Oath of Chandra pack. So we might have a playset, but if we get 1 more, we will definitely have a playset of Inverter of Truth of a mythic, whereas obviously with Oath of Gideon, as I mentioned, there are certain rares that we don't have even 1 of yet. So that's, I guess, relatively abnormal. Bonesaw is ready. Harvester Troll is our first uncommon. Cliffhaven Vampire is the second. Thought Harvester is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Jorienne Ruin Diver. So we didn't see any of her in our Fat Pack openings or in this booster box yet, but I like Jorienne a lot. We actually have 2 promo foils of Jorienne if you watched our pre-release kit openings. It's a cool card. It's better for the story because she was really instrumental in helping Jace out in the Battle for Zendikar story. But here's Jorienne, the Merfolk Wizard. Behind Jorienne, we have a full art forest and an Eldrazi Scion token. So once again, like in Battle for Zendikar, there are very few ad cards. So there are some, but very, very few. And Amy was actually mentioning that there are so many Eldrazi Scion tokens. There's so many different arts, but they're also the common token in the packs. So we're going to see a lot of them, and it makes sense for the story that there would be tons of Scions running around. Here's an Embodiment of Fury. I talked about how much I love these elemental embodiment cards. As our first uncommon, Stoneforge Acolyte is the second. Press into Service is the third. I have not seen a lot of these. And our rare or mythic in this pack is Sylvan Acolyte, another card, or Advocate, excuse me, another card that we got As a promo foil, here it is non-foil, and we have a Full Art Mountain behind it and an Eldrazi Scion token. So as I said, you're going to hear me saying Eldrazi Scion token a lot. So here is a Chandra pack. We actually, thankfully, have not seen a Wastes in a while. I'm sure we'll see it in this pack now that I've mentioned it, and because I don't like seeing them. If I wanted to see something, we probably wouldn't see it, but because I don't want to see it, I'm sure it'll come up sooner rather than later. Oh, it's actually not in this pack. Seed Guardian is our first uncommon, aka Man-Thing. Wall of Resurgence is the second. Void Shatter is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Hedron Alignment. I hate this card, but I think we're close to a playset of it, which means if it becomes good in a constructed deck, at least we'll have 4 of them, because that will be how many you need to get the alternate win condition, which is really the only reason you would play this card in a deck. But there's Hedron Alignment. Behind it, we have a foil rare in Hissing Quagmire Giggity. So we have a foil Hissing Quagmire as our foil rare. I think it's only the second or third foil out of the entire box, second foil out of the entire box, but it's a foil rare, so no complaints, and it's a Hissing Quagmire. These lands are great. I'm sure that this is going to be worth quite some money, because I know that's kind of what a lot of people are talking about from this set as being worth money, are these lands. Man lands are what they're called, because they're lands that can turn into creatures. So there's the foiling pattern on Hissing Quagmire for all of you to look at. Again, pretty happy to get a foil rare, especially in a pack that had Hedron Alignment, which I'm not a big fan of. We have a Forest and an Eldrazi Scion token. Pass those over to Amy. We have an Oath of Jace pack. A lot of Oath of Jace packs coming up. But here's an Oath of Jace pack. See what we get in the Oath of Jace pack. Stag Patronus, followed by Oil Slick. Bonesaw is ready. Okay, first uncommon is Prophet of Distortion. We haven't seen this guy in a while. I've talked about him already, about the art on this. Strider Harness is our second uncommon. Void Grafter is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is a Hissing Quagmire Giggity. So we have 2 in a row, Hissing Quagmire. This is the non-foil version. I'm more than happy to get as many of these as they want to give us in a booster box. Like I said, they're going to be worth a lot of money. It's what people are talking about. So there you go. Hissing Quagmire rare. Behind it, we have a foil in Goblin Freerunner. This is one of the lesser members of the Jay Leno tribe of goblins, because he's got a much smaller chin, but the Goblin Bushwhacker is their leader. I think I'm remembering that name correctly. So there's our Goblin Freerunner in foil. It's a foil common, still a foil, good times. We have a Full Art Island behind it, and an Eldrazi Scion token. Again, more Eldrazi Scion tokens. Another Oath of Jace pack, as I mentioned. Let's rip into this. Let's see what we get out of this Oath of Jace pack, starting with a Vegetable Peeler Sword for Amy. We've got... I was just about to say, still no wastes, and there it is. Kazul's Toll Collector is our first uncommon in the pack. Embodiment of Insight, another embodiment card that I enjoy, is our second. Nissa's Judgment is the third. Our rare or mythic is Mina and Den Wildborn. Once again, not a fan. This is now a playset for us of Mina and Den Wildborn. That's okay. It's a playset of rares. I don't necessarily want to see more. I'm sure I will. Behind it, we have a foil in Core Scythe Master. So I was commenting that we weren't getting a lot of foils in the first half of the box. Now we're getting tons of them, which I appreciate greatly. This is a foil common, so hopefully you guys can see the foiling pattern on that. Okay, very good. Just want to make sure, because foils are great, especially like this card is nice with the kind of the rolling plains that he's walking through with the flowing wind and everything. Looks really cool. Some of the foils are not as impressive. We have a Full Art Mountain and an Eldrazi Scion token behind it. Some of the foils are not as impressive. If you've watched our Fat Pack opening, we saw one where I love the art of it non-foil, and I did not really appreciate the art of it foil. It just didn't look as good as it did non-foil. It's one of the few times that that has happened for me. So, we have a Cinder Barons as our first uncommon. Cyclone Sire is the second. Reflector Mage is the third. Haven't seen this guy in a while. I actually like the art on this. I know a lot of people say it's a bad card, but I like the art on it. I think it's pretty cool. And our rare or mythic is Endbringer. I don't know that I've seen an Endbringer yet. It is just a rare, but it's pretty cool. I actually like its ability a lot. I think it's a great card. It's fun, a little expensive, but it's an Eldrazi, so it makes sense. But there is our first, as far as I know, Endbringer. We have a foil uncommon behind it in Void Shatter. So as I said, lots of uncommons. So there's a Void Shatter. Again, actually, this is one of the cards. I was talking about this a lot in Battle for Zendikar, but here is a foil Eldrazi, where even though it's devoid of color, it's very colorful. And so in foil, it looks really, really good. So there you go. Behind it, we have a Full Art Plains and another ad card. So 2 ad cards out of that, out of the box so far. Oath of Gideon is our next pack to open. And in it we have, let's see what we get. Like I said, I think we're about halfway through. Getting some good stuff so far. Definitely no complaints. Let's see if it can pick it up even further. Make a Stand is our first uncommon. Essence Depleter is our second. Wall of Resurgence is the third. Our rare or mythic is Fall of the Titans. Talked about this card. I think it's better for the art than it is for anything else. I appreciate the art a lot. But here's another Fall of the Titans for us. Behind it we have a Full Art Swamp and a Core Ally token. So not an Eldrazi Scion token, but a Core Ally token. Oath of Jace is our next pack. Open it up. We have also not seen any expeditions yet. Obviously, definitely something I would love to see. If we can get one, I will be super pleased. I'll probably flip out, kind of like I did last time. I mean, to be fair, the fat pack that it came in was insane, but it's also just an expedition, which would be great. We have a Null Caller as our first uncommon. Baloth Pup again as our second. Flaying Tendrils as our third. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Dimensional Infiltrator. Haven't seen this guy in a while either. Again, just a rare, but there it is. Behind the Dimensional Infiltrator is a Full Art Mountain and a plant token. Moving right along, Nissa pack, or Oath of Nissa pack, is next. Let's see what is inside of it for us. So yeah, if you didn't see our Battle for Zendikar videos, definitely check those out. There is one where we opened an expedition. It was a really good time. Bonesaw's ready. And our first uncommon in this pack is Prophet of Distortion. Iona's Blessing again. Visions of Brutality. And our rare or mythic in this pack is Bearer of Silence. I think I've seen one of these. Again, just a rare, but it's here. Behind the Bearer of Silence, we have a Full Art Plains and an Eldrazi Scion token. Pass that over to Amy. And we'll move on to an Oath of Chandra pack. I don't know that we've seen a Chandra pack in a while. So here's an Oath of Chandra pack. We're still looking for the Oath of Gideon. Still looking for more mythics. I have not seen Kozilek yet out of this set, nor have we seen Chandra the Planeswalker out of this set. So definitely 2 that I know of that we're looking for, but I think we're missing a couple more mythics as well. We've already gotten 3 mythics out of this box. Let's see if it has any more for us, because they were kind of front-loaded in here. Embodiment of Insight is our first uncommon. Press into Service is the second. Unity of Purpose is the third. Our rare or mythic is Reality Smasher. Once again, haven't seen this guy in a while. Another colorful Eldrazi, even though it's a colorless card, but there you go. A Full Art Forest behind it, and a Knight Ally token for Jareth behind that. We have an Oath of Nissa pack next. Rip right into it. Been a little stagnant, so looking for something to pick up soon. Let's see if we can get that in one of these upcoming packs, maybe even the one I'm holding right now. We have Cliffhaven Vampires, our first uncommon. Flare Drone is the second. Malakir Soothsayer is the third. A little bit of a tongue twister. And our rare or mythic is Matter Reshaper. Also haven't seen this guy in a while. Still a rare. There you go. Matter Reshaper. I think there have been a lot of people talking about how good this card is, or how good they think this card is. So that's pretty good to get one of those. Behind it we have a Full Art Plains and an Elemental Man-Thing token. Pass that over to Amy. Oath of Gideon pack is next. Getting through it. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Haven't seen a Waste again in a while, which is, again, a good thing, but I'm sure... There it is. It'll pick up. Called it. Allied Reinforcements is our first uncommon. Bonds of Mortality is the second. Thought Harvester is the third. Our rare or mythic is Corrupted Crossroads. Another rare we haven't seen in a while. Here it is. Behind it is a Full Art Swamp and a plant token. Moving right along, trying to pick it up. I don't like long openings, even though I do. If you've seen our Driving to the Draft videos, you know that I enjoy turning it into an experience when we open packs, but that doesn't mean I enjoy making people sit through 45-minute videos, so I will try to make it as expeditious as possible. So we'll see. Cyclone Sire is our first uncommon. Storm Chaser Mage once again is the second. I love that card. Tears of Valakut is the third. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Captain's Claws. Haven't seen this one in a while either. I got it in one of my pre-release kit openings. It's an okay card, and it's another rare. Behind it, we have a Bowl Full Art Island and an Angel token. Haven't seen an Angel token in a while either. So there you go. That's one of the rarer tokens from the set. I don't think, out of the 2 Planeswalkers in the set, that there are any emblems. There were a good number of emblems in the last couple of sets, but I don't think there's one in this one. So that's usually the rare token, is the emblem from the Planeswalkers. Strider Harness is our first uncommon. Kazul's Toll Collector is the second. Ruthless or Relentless Hunter is the third. Our rare or mythic is Sphinx of the Final Word, a new for us mythic. One that we do not have yet. Big mana cost, but it's a flying hexproof creature that can't be countered. It's pretty awesome. The art is fantastic. He looks very regal, standing on the Hedron, which actually looks like the Hedron from the Hedron alignment card, but I guess all of the Hedrons look like that when they're kind of imbued with power like that. The electricity or energy coming out of his eyes looks really awesome, and it's a new mythic for us. So here you go, Sphinx of the Final Word, a mythic that we don't have yet. For a channel like us who are trying to complete the entire set, that's perfect. So there you go. Behind it, we have a Full Art Swamp and an Eldrazi Scion token. Pass that over to Amy. We will, at the end, be going through all of the stuff that we got. So if you don't remember what the mythics are that we got, I think it's our 4th mythic so far out of the box, which is great. Usually you get, at least in the older sets, it would be 3 mythics per box and 1 foil rare or mythic. I don't know that that's been that way recently, though. Grasp of Darkness is the first uncommon. Timber Grove or Gorge is the second. Tears of Valakut is the third. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Deep Fathom Skulker, another rare we haven't seen in a while, but there it is. Behind it we have a Full Art Mountain, not a foil, it would be great, but a Full Art Mountain and a Core Ally token. So I'll pass that over. This actually is a much smaller set than Battle for Zendikar. Battle for Zendikar had, let me check here, 274 cards in it, whereas this set has only 184. So it's drastically different in terms of size, and there are 3 less mythics to open in this set than there were in Battle for Zendikar, and we were, with the help of Tyler from Champion, actually, we were able to complete our mythics from that set, so thank you, Tyler, once again. Let's see if we can complete the mythics, or all the entire set, for this. Reaver Drone is our first uncommon. Meandering River is the second. Step Glider is the third. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Vile Redeemer. I actually don't know that I've seen this rare yet at all, but it is a rare, so there you go. Vile Redeemer, a green Eldrazi. Full Art Forest behind it, and an Eldrazi Scion token behind that. We are getting towards the end here. I think we're in the final 7 packs. Oath of Jace pack is next. Let's see what we can get. I think there's still one big card in this box somewhere. Whether it's another mythic that we don't have, an expedition, dare I say it, or a foil rare or mythic hiding in here somewhere. Let's see. We're also still looking for the Oath of Gideon. I would appreciate that, just because it's one that we don't have yet. Essence Depleter is our first uncommon. Meandering River is the second. Storm Chaser Mage is the third. Love getting Storm Chaser Mages. Our rare or mythic is Mirror Pool, a new mythic. There you go. So as I said, I knew I felt it. Called shot, I guess. Here's a Mirror Pool, a new mythic for us, one that we have not seen yet. It is a mythic land. Pretty awesome. So there you go, Mirror Pool. Behind Mirror Pool, we have a Full Art Mountain.
Mount Crumpet.
Thank you. And an Elemental token. So there you go. We have an Oath of Nissa pack next. So as I said, I know we're missing Kozilek, I know we're missing Chandra. There probably are not a ton more after that we're missing. After this video, I will count to see how many individual or unique mythics we have, to see how many we're missing. Bonesaw is ready.
Ooh, yeah.
Harvester Troll is our first uncommon. Walker of the Wastes is the second. Mind Melter is the third. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Wandering Fumarole. This is fantastic. Another manland. It is a rare, but it's a manland. I don't think we have this one yet. I know we got the Hissing Quagmire earlier, so there you go. Again, I mentioned these are great lands. A lot of people have been talking about it, so here's a Wandering Fumarole for us. Behind it, we have a Full Art Plains and a Knight Ally token for Jareth. Now we're in our final 6. Starting with an Oath of Nissa pack. Let's see what we get out of here. Right on top is the Stag Patronus. Thank you, Dave. And as we go through these, getting towards, as I said, the end of the video, the end of the box, we have a Man-Thing Seed Guardian. We have a Tranquil Expanse, and we have a Nissa's Judgment. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Eldrazi Obligator, a rare that we have already, haven't seen in a while. Here it is. Behind it, I think there's a foil. There is. It is another foil Gravity Negator. This is the card I was talking about that I do not like in foil, even though I like the card itself, or the art on the card itself, not in foil. So, because I've mentioned that I don't enjoy it, here it is again in foil. It's a foil common, and I said I do enjoy foils, but not necessarily this one. We have a Full Art Plains and a Zombie token behind that. Pass that to Amy. We have an Oath of Jace pack next, starting with a Vegetable Peeler Sword right on top. Go through this. So, let's see. I know I only called one big card left, and we've already seen it. Let's see if we can get another. Relief Captain is the first uncommon. Mind Melter is the second. Havoc Sower is the third. Our rare or mythic is Ruins of Oran Reef. I think we've seen this rare before, but it is a rare. We have a Full Art Island and a Core Ally token. Honestly, I know I've said this many times in this video, but I have not seen a Wastes recently. Let's see if we get one soon. So far, it is tied. It was leaning towards Kozilek for a while. Now it is tied 5-5. Oh, there we go. Ulamog. Birthing Hulk is our first uncommon. Tranquil Expanse is the second. Ruin in Their Wake is the third. I've talked about how much I love this art. I still do. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Oath of Jace. So we do have this Oath already, as I mentioned. Oath of Gideon is the only one we're looking for still, but this is our second Oath of Jace. So we have 3 Oath of Chandra. Here's a forest, by the way, a Full Art Forest and an Eldrazi Scion token. So we have 3 Oath of Chandra, 2 Oath of Jace, and 1 Oath of Nissa. We are still looking for this one, Oath of Gideon. So that's what's on this pack. Let's see what's in this pack, though. See if we can get, like I said, one more big card. Whether it's a foil, whether it's a rare that we don't have, whether it's a mythic. Let's see. There's 3 more packs left. So let's see what we get. Oh, wow. Tying it up, Kozilek. Okay. Embodiment of Fury. Jiraga Auxiliary. Immobilizer Eldrazi. Our rare or mythic out of this pack is Captain's Claws again. We saw that earlier. We have another foil rare in Oath of Chandra. So if you watched our Fat Pack opening, this is our second foil Oath of Chandra. So now we have a playset of Oath of Chandras, and this one is our second foil. So we have 2 foil, 2 non-foil. We're getting duplicate foils now as well. This is, I guess, what happens in a smaller set, but this is still luck of the draw, because there are a lot of rares in the set, and this is the second foil rare in the box, and also a duplicate. So there you go. Behind it, we have a Full Art Swamp, and then an Eldrazi Scion token. 2 more packs left. They are both Oath of Jace packs. Let's see what we get. I guess I would consider that a big card. 2 packs left. Let's see if we have anything in these 2 packs to get us excited even further. This has been a great box so far. I definitely have nothing to complain about. We do have one more box opening after this. Definitely stay tuned. Check the description. Pyromancer's Assault, Flaying Tendrils, Reflector Mage. Our rare or mythic is an Oath of Chandra. So we have 5 Oath of Chandras. There are certain rares that we haven't seen yet, and we have over a playset of Oath of Chandras now. So here's an Oath of Chandra. We have a Full Art Mountain and a Knight Ally token. Apparently Oath of Chandra is our card in this set. Here's our last pack of the box, an Oath of Jace pack. Let's see what's in it. Hopefully not an Oath of Chandra. That's all I have to say. So we'll start through. So I mentioned check the description. What I meant is check the annotations at the end. You'll see the full playlist of all of our openings of Oath of the Gatewatch up there. Roiling Waters is our first uncommon. Chitinous Cloak is our second. Baloth Pup is the third. Our last rare or mythic out of the box is Stonehaven Outfitter. Not super exciting, one that we have already seen, but here it is. Behind it, we have a Full Art Island and an Eldrazi Scion token. I'll pass that over to Amy. So if you're keeping track at home, I'll pull them up first while Amy is working on that. We have 6 wastes from Kozilek, 6 wastes from Ulamog, so it's not even exciting to talk about who won because it's still tied. I do not enjoy wastes, and there's another reason why. So I'm going to move this over and hopefully not knock this entire giant stack of cards over as well. And I'm going to pull over what Amy has been working on the side here. She's got the other end for us. Thank you, Amy. This is our spoils from this box. So you have all the rares here in the middle. I'm not going to name them all off, although we do have that Oath of Chandra. We actually got 3 oaths. Oath of Nissa, Jace, and Chandra. We still don't have Oath of Gideon. And before the box opening, we were missing Nissa and Gideon. So there we go. But if you look over on the left here, we've got our foil rares in Oath of Chandra and Hissing Quagmire, Giggity. And we have a Mirror Pool, Sphinx of the Final Word, Inverter of Truth, Kalatas, and Kozilek's Return as our 5 mythics. 2 of them were new for us. They were not repeats. And then if you come over to the right here, we also have Gravity Negator, Goblin Freerunner, Core Scythe Master, Void Shatter, and a foil Full Art Island as our foil commons, uncommon, and full art basics. So guys, as I always say, and I mean it every time, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of our videos, definitely subscribe down below. You'll see when all of them come out. Check the annotations above. I'm sure I've put them there already. If you enjoyed this video, there's a like button down below that will allow you to express that. If you have any suggestions for us, leave it in the comments, tweet it to us. Thank you once again to Champion, who gave us this box, or who sold us this box. I mentioned about them. Definitely check out their link in our description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and in whichever video you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, guys.